Good day, everybody, and welcome to the Introduction to Psychology edition of Psychological Frontier. In this short segment, we'll look at the branches of psychology. There are two main branches: experimental and applied psychology. We'll first explore the different areas of specialization within experimental psychology, then discuss the fields within applied psychology. If you're thinking about a career in psychology, choosing between these two branches is your first big decision. The experimental branch conducts research to understand mental processes and behavior. Experimental psychologists work in settings that support research, such as universities, hospitals, industry, or government. Applied psychologists, on the other hand, use the knowledge gained through research to help people directly. They usually work in therapeutic settings such as hospitals or clinics, though they may also be found in the field or in industry. Experimental psychology at your subfields. Here are the different subfields within experimental psychology. Physiological psychology mainly uses animal subjects to study the physiology of behaviors such as memory, sleep, and hunger. Comparative psychology examines how behaviors have adapted over evolutionary time, comparing species to see how each has adapted to its environment. Developmental psychology studies age-related changes across all aspects of psychology, including personality, memory, and vision. Social psychology focuses on how others influence the individual, exploring topics like prejudice, group dynamics, and attraction. Neuropsychology links specific brain mechanisms with mental processes and behavior. Cognitive psychology studies higher mental processes such as language, concepts, and problem solving. Personality psychology seeks to understand the ways we're consistent in our behavior and what causes those consistencies. Sensation and perception researches how our senses organize and interpret incoming sensory information. Learning mainly works with animals to study how past experience affects future behavior. Applied psychology subfields. There are many subfields within the applied psychology branch. Clinical psychology, the field most people think of first, diagnosing and treating people with psychological disorders and problems. A clinical psychologist is often confused with a psychiatrist, since both treat similar disorders. However, a psychiatrist is a medical doctor and can prescribe medication, while a clinical psychologist relies on tools other than drugs. Counseling psychology, similar to clinical psychology in its use of talk therapy, but counseling psychologists typically handle everyday issues like marital problems or career counseling, rather than conditions such as depression or anxiety. Health psychology aims to help people lead healthier lifestyles by promoting healthy behaviors like exercise, diet, and sleep. Sports psychology works closely with athletes to help them overcome barriers that impact their performance. Educational psychology works to improve the quality of education and address issues within the school system, for example, by designing better curricula. Community psychology seeks to change social systems so they work better for the people who use them. For instance, addressing homelessness by improving the support systems in place. Consumer psychology works closely with marketing departments to study consumer behavior, focusing on areas like advertising and labeling that influence buying decisions. Engineering psychology applies knowledge of human behavior to the design of better machines. Industrial and organizational psychology works within large companies and government agencies to improve quality of life at work, focusing on productivity and employee satisfaction. We just looked at the branches of psychology 𝑖𝒏s. First, the areas of specialization within experimental psychology, then the fields within applied psychology.